Hey, what's up, guys? Made it out to the woods today. Everything was pretty quiet at the household, so I decided to sneak away for a little bit. Me and my dog. So to get out of the house for a couple hours. We come out and have a little bit of lunch. Had some soup for lunch. Sorry I didn't share that with you guys. But now, while I'm out here, I figured now would be a good time to shoot my show and tell video on this. The Benchmade Bushcrafter in all its glory. So, there it is. Benchmade Bushcrafter. I wanted this knife for a long time, and my wonderful wife finally let me get it. I don't know why, but I've always been attracted to this knife. For one, it's made by Benchmade. Awesome knife company. I've noticed a lot of reviews and stuff that I've read on this. It doesn't get a whole lot of good reviews. I mean, it gets good reviews, but I mean, it's not as outstanding as you think it would be in the bushcraft knife world. And I think it's kind of underrated myself. I think it's a lot better knife than a lot of people make it out to be. The only problem is, well, for one, Benchmade is it's more of a tactical knife company, folding knife, law enforcement, military style knives, that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, I'm not saying they can't do other knives, because obviously they can. But something you got to think about is when you put the name Bushcrafter on a knife, you're throwing it into a lineup of some pretty stiff competition. I mean, you look at the Spyderco Bushcrafter, the BHK Bushcrafter, the Bark River Bushcrafter, the Bark River Aurora, the Bark River Bravo 1, the Skookum Bush Tool, the Adventure Sworn knives, the Classic, the Mountaineer. All these big name knives are out there. You're throwing, once you put Bushcrafter on it, you're throwing that knife into the mix of all of them. And all those already have a pretty devout following and a pretty solid reputation. So you better come up with something big if you're going to run with them boys. But me personally, I think they did a pretty good job. I think this is a really good knife. It's made out of S30V steel. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of overcast today, guys, so I'm sorry for the poor quality. Plus, as always, use my cell phone. So, S30V steel, which is a stainless steel. I think it's a very high speed, really tough stainless steel. It's not like your regular 440 or anything like that. You see most of your $5 knives made out of. It's a very expensive steel in the stainless world. Because it's very tough. It's very hard. A lot of knife makers don't like working with it because it's more difficult to put the grind on. But once they do, this thing holds an edge tremendously. You can see it's a saber grind, so it's tough. It's going to stand a lot of abuse. I've used it a little bit. Did a few feather sticks. Worked on carving some pieces out of an oak burl that I'm working on carving into a kuksa. It had a big knot in it, and I use this thing to chip and break away and pop at that knot, and there isn't a chip one or a nick or nothing in this blade. And all I did was just run it on a ceramic rod a couple times. I probably didn't even have to do that, but come out of the box hair popping sharp, like all their knives do. Specs, I forgot to look. I'm stupid when it comes to that, so I don't know, it's about that big. About that thick. Not that wide. Here's a regular USGI canteen for size comparison, I guess. I really need to start looking up specs, I guess. Sorry, guys. Not really a specs kind of guy. I just like looking at the knife and I hold it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. It's pretty thick though. It's pretty heavy duty. I'm not even going to say what I think it is because I'm probably wrong. The handles are ugly. I'm sorry. But that green is, I don't know. It's kind of like a turquoise. I would have thought they would have come up with a better color. OD green would have been sweet. They actually have a new version of this out. It's got a like a sand colored. It's kind of the same color as my grip. It's got that color handle on it, and it comes with a Kydex sheath instead of a leather sheath. But the Kydex sheath isn't so hot. I looked at both of them. I went with the leather sheath instead. But the handle is. A lot of people have been asking me about this. What do you think about the handle? What do you think about the handle? How does it feel? At first you'd think, oh, it's kind of goofy. It's kind of blocky. It's kind of weird. It's got this big thing down here. That's probably going to suck. Actually, I like it. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it is in your hand. And my hands are a little bit on the larger side when it comes to the knife world. I mean, you can see my hand fits in there pretty good. Because you got like this kind of little groove here, this little area. My hand fits right in there. It does have the swell, you know. So I mean, it's not just perfectly square. I mean, it is kind of rounded off. So I mean, it is. It's actually really, really comfortable. It's actually surprisingly comfortable. You know, when I first got it out of the box, I was like, man, it's, you know, because I seen pictures of it, and I'm like, you know, I don't know about that, but I haven't had any problems with it yet. It's very comfortable. It's very easy to hold on to. No hot spots, anything like that. A lot of people don't like this little thing here. I can see where if you had really big hands, that would be a problem, but it doesn't bother me. I actually like having it there because my hand won't slide either way, really. Another thing I like about it is if you have to use this knife for chopping, which you know, might happen if it's the only knife you got on you or whatever. I mean, it's a good size. You can use it for chopping. This thing actually helps out a little bit because you can actually, you know, put your fingers around that, and then while you're chopping, you know, of course I would have a lanyard on it too. That's about the only time I like having a lanyard on, is if I'm going to do some chopping, because it kind of extends the handle out a little bit. But with having that little knob there, you can actually, you know, lock that in place, and it's not going to slide up or down out of your hand. You know, for some of you guys that ever tried chopping with a knife might notice, you know, you get some movement out of it. It moves a little bit, but that kind of helps, you know, hold it in place. You know, even if you go all the way up to your pointer finger, you see it locked in all the way up there. It kind of helps lock it in a little bit and gives you a little bit better grip on it if you're chopping, which I thought was pretty neat. But it's also got these really big, huge tubes instead of pins. I guess that's they're going to be super high-speed Survivor Man and lash your knife on a tree branch or something and kill tigers. I guess you could do that. I'm probably not going to do that, but I mean, I don't dislike it. I don't hate it. I mean, it looks okay, I guess. It does have a lanyard hole. It's got stainless tubes in all three of them, stainless steel tubes. The handle's got these little rampy things here. Sorry, my technical terms aren't the best. Rampy things, shiny shit, pointy object. But that's kind of nice, you know. If you're doing fine work, you can pinch the blade real good. I actually noticed that come in really handy when I was sharpening it. When I was running it on a ceramic stone, you know, you can like kind of pinch it there, and then you can kind of choke up on it a little bit if you're doing, you know, fine work or what have you, which is nice. Kind of like that. Let's see what else. Spines 90 degrees. It'll spark a ferro rod if I'll get one out here. I didn't start a fire today because everything's kind of dry. Hopefully I don't burn the woods down doing this. Throwing sparks is kind of janky. This ferro rod's kind of all messed up. Ouch. You can see that, I guess. Throw sparks everywhere. Be better if I didn't have a waved ferro rod. But anyway, 90 degrees, so spark them. Let's see what else. My overall initial opinion, and with some light use, I really like it. Like I said, this is just going to be my show and tell. I'm going to use this knife over the next forever, as long as I have it, months, whatever. Really, really use it. Maybe my opinion will change, maybe it won't. I don't think it will. I like this knife. I actually like it a lot. So, I'll do some more. Oh, some other guys asked me about this too, the sheath. This is the sheath. At first, I saw it and was like, ew. Little. I don't get it. Well, we're bushcrafters. We're used to, you know, a big bushcraft sheath that engulfs the whole knife. You know, all the way up to, there's only about that much sticking out. So like I said, at first I was like, but after a while looking at it, and I actually put it on and stuff, I actually really like it. It's small, it's compact, it's not real big and bulky. It's got a nice, I really like the look of it, like a rugged, worn leather kind of look. It's not all pretty and perfect and pristine. I like stuff more rugged and used looking. It's got the Benchmade logo. It does have a ferro rod loop. So you can put a ferro rod in there, like so. On the back, it's got the belt loop here. Then it comes with a D-ring, so you can put a dangler on it, which I wish it would have came with one. That's my one complaint. I wish it would have came with a dangler. But I got a cheap one floating around somewhere. It's in my backpack that I just throw on there, and then I can throw it on my belt. It's got the strap retention. I'll show you why I kind of like this sheath. I like it, but I don't. I mean, I like it, but the knife fits in there real tight. As you can see, sometimes it kind of gets hung up in there. There's a plastic liner in there to help keep its shape, so that way you're not messing with it. But sometimes it gets kind of hung up in there. I'm sure that'll break in with more use. There it is in the sheath. That's why I like it. Look at that. When it's hanging on your belt or on your side and you go to grab it, you grab the handle. You flip it open and the knife's right there in your handle. It's not like, I should have brought another knife with me to show you. I like the bushcraft style sheaths. They hold knives really, really well. You know, real secure. But most of the time, you know, that's all that's sticking out. So you got to kind of pinch it and pull it and work it and get it out. I like the old, actually, the other knife that I'm carrying today. This might surprise some of you guys. Because I really like this knife. You guys probably are going to think I'm stupid. But the Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife. Yes, I'm going to say it now. I like this knife. But I like this style of sheath. You know, where the handle's sticking out. You know, where you can grab the handle and then just pull the knife out. You don't have to, you know, what have you. Which, like I said, I'm not knocking the bushcraft style sheaths. That's what most of my sheaths are, and I like them. But I kind of like this concept better. I kind of like the idea, you know, the old K-bar style sheaths like that. You know, the handle's sticking out. You grab it, you flip that. Boom, it's right there in your hand. It just holds it. I mean, this holds it well. It's not going to come out of there. So it's not like you're losing you're not losing anything by having a sheath like this. You know, it holds just as good as the bushcraft style sheaths, traditional style sheaths, whatever you want to call them. Just a different style. That strap holds pretty good, as you can see there. Like I said, I like it. I think it's kind of neat. It's different. That's probably why I like it. I like different things. So I'm gonna use it with this sheath. I'm not gonna get a different one. I don't have a lot of money to spend anyway, so I'm just gonna stick with this. My dog's off finding dead things. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna quit rambling. What am I at? Like 15 minutes now. Again, like I always do. I don't shut up. There it is. Benchmade Bushcrafter. And it's, some people think janky. I like leather sheath. One last look at it. So beautiful. So pretty. It's a pretty knife. I wish they would have done a different color. OD green would have been sweet on these. That's just turquoise bluish. I'm going to call them about that. Like they're going to do anything. Oh, Ed Reitmeyer said I need to change the color of the scales. So there it is. Benchmade Bushcrafter. If you guys have any more questions or you want to see some more stuff on it, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be doing in-use videos of this stuff later on. Like I said, I'm going to start, this is my show and tell of it. And I'm going to sneak in on my show and tell of it too to show you the griptilian I was telling you about. I said it's kind of a janky ferro rod. If I have another one. See if I got another one in here. In my backpack slash camera tripod slash, it's not a camera slash, it's my cell phone. There, figure out how to do this so you guys can see it. Do this without catching my backpack on fire. I think it's pretty awesome for a pocket knife. Did I catch anything on fire? I don't think so. Okay. That was that. Benchmade griptilian. Even with the black coating on it. Starts to wear off, but it'll spark ferro rod. So I told you I'd show you that in the other video, so there I showed it to you. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, complaints, moans, whatever, let me know. I might ignore you. I might answer them. Yeah, whatever. Till later. Arrivederci. See ya. Bye.